Before we dive into the bloody battles and political turmoil of the American Civil War, it's crucial to understand the historical context that set the stage for this devastating conflict. The American Civil War didn't just appear out of the blue. It was the culmination of decades of tension and disagreement between the North and the South, two regions with distinct economic, social, and political landscapes. Let's start with the economic differences. The North, with its bustling industries and factories, was a hub of commerce and innovation. The South, on the other hand, was primarily agrarian, heavily reliant on the institution of slavery to support its economy. Slaves worked the vast cotton plantations, providing the raw materials for the North's textile mills and European markets. However, it wasn't just economics that divided the North and South. There were profound social and political differences as well. The North was gradually moving towards a society that saw slavery as morally wrong. The South, conversely, viewed slavery as a necessary part of its culture and economy. States' rights became a contentious issue, with Southern states arguing for the right to decide whether to allow slavery within their borders. The North, backed by the federal government, disagreed, believing that the issue of slavery was not a state matter, but a national one. The election of Abraham Lincoln in 1860 was the straw that broke the camel's back. Lincoln, a known critic of slavery, was seen by many in the South as a direct threat to their way of life. His election led to the secession of 7 Southern states who formed their own country, the Confederate States of America. So, you see, the American Civil War was not simply a conflict born overnight. It was a storm that had been brewing for a long time, fed by deep-seated economic, social, and political differences. With the South's secession, the stage was set for the deadliest war in American history. The American Civil War officially began on April 12, 1861, when Confederate forces attacked Fort Sumter in South Carolina. This marked the start of a 4-year-long struggle that would shape the nation's future. The early stages of the war saw the first major battle at Bull Run in Virginia. Here, the Confederates claimed a surprising victory that jolted the North into realizing the war wouldn't be as easy as they'd expected. The South's morale was boosted, but the victory was short-lived. The Battle of Antietam in Maryland followed, becoming the single bloodiest day in American military history. Neither side could claim a clear victory, but the battle had significant implications. It deterred the British and French from recognizing the Confederacy and gave President Abraham Lincoln the opportunity to issue the Emancipation Proclamation. This pivotal decree changed the nature of the war, making it not just a fight for the Union, but a fight for freedom. It declared that all enslaved people in Confederate-held territory were to be set free. This was a strategic move, aiming to weaken the South's economy and military, while adding strength to the Northern cause. In the summer of 1863, the tide turned at the Battle of Gettysburg. The Union's victory here marked a significant turning point, halting the Confederates' advance into the North. This was followed by the siege of Vicksburg, where the Union gained control of the Mississippi River, effectively splitting the Confederacy in two. The North's strategic advantages gradually became clear. They had superior numbers, better infrastructure, more resources, and effective leadership. These advantages were instrumental in their eventual victory. In April of 1865, the Confederacy surrendered, marking the end of the American Civil War. This was more than just the end of a war. It was the beginning of a new chapter in American history, with the promise of freedom and the challenge of Reconstruction ahead. The end of the Civil War did not mean an immediate end to the problems that ignited it. After the dust settled, the nation embarked on a period known as the Reconstruction era, a time of rebuilding and reform. Yet, this era was far from a smooth transition. The South, left in ruins, grappled with economic devastation and the social upheaval of a society without slavery. Freed slaves, now citizens, fought for their civil rights and equality, marking the beginnings of a long, arduous struggle that would span more than a century. The war's end also marked a significant shift in American politics. The balance of power leaned heavily toward the North, leading to a federal government that was stronger than ever before. The Civil War amended the Constitution, abolishing slavery, granting equal protection under the law, and ensuring voting rights regardless of race, color, or previous servitude. These changes would shape the trajectory of the nation and its identity for generations to come. Yet the echo of the Civil War continues to reverberate through American society. The issues of states' rights, federal authority, and racial equality that once sparked a war still ignite debates and controversies today. The American Civil War, a bloody chapter in U.S. history, continues to shape the nation's identity and consciousness. In these past few minutes, we've journeyed through the tumultuous era of the American Civil War. We've delved into its causes, from societal tensions to political strife. We've navigated the major battles and turning points that shaped the war's course, and we've reflected on the profound aftermath and enduring legacy of this pivotal period in American history. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of the American Civil War. Please subscribe, like, and click the notification bell to stay updated on our historical journeys. Until next time, keep exploring history.